2023 was a very interesting year for the housing market. It started out slow. It started to get a little bit hotter in the middle of the year. And then towards the end of the year, it started to slow up again. And that was due to the significant interest rate increases that we saw throughout the year. Buyers were very cautious and very specific about what they wanted to buy because rates made a huge impact on their payment. We definitely did not see as many homes available on the market this year because not many homeowners were considering selling their home at, let's say, a 3 to 4% interest rate, just have to go and buy a new home at a 7 to 8% interest rate, unless they really had to. But luckily, things are changing. Hi there, I'm Corey Ben-Hart. I'm a local real estate agent specializing in helping people just like you make the move to the Philadelphia metro area. The good news is that interest rates have already dropped around 2% within the last 60 days and are supposed to continue to drop throughout the year in 2024. The bad news is that home prices are not expected to drop at all, but instead increase slowly throughout the year. So if you're planning to relocate to Pennsylvania in 2024, here are some things that you need to know about the market before you make the move. Starting with an issue that has been a problem for many, many years, and that is the overall inventory in the market. There just isn't enough homes available for the amount of buyers that are out there. A balanced market is considered as 6 months of inventory, meaning if there was no other homes that were posted on the market, it was supposed to take around 6 months for those homes to sell. That's what's considered a balanced market. Truthfully, we have not seen 6 months of inventory on the market for years. Currently, Pennsylvania as a whole has around 2 months of inventory, but that can greatly vary depending on where in Pennsylvania you're searching. Some areas might have 3 to 4 months of inventory, while other areas might have 1 to 2 months or even less. If we take a look at the available inventory for the entire Philadelphia metro area as of November 2023, there are only 1.89 months of inventory, which is actually up by 19% compared to last year's November. Over the next couple of months, as we move into the spring market, I anticipate that we see the months of inventory going up a little bit, but definitely nowhere close to 6 months of inventory or even really 3 months of inventory. As rates started to decrease at the very end of 2023, that caused a small spike in inventory levels as well. And I think more and more homeowners who want to sell but feel stuck because of their low interest rates will get more comfortable with selling in 2024 as rates decline throughout the year. If a homeowner has owned a home for 5 or more years, it's likely that they're sitting on tons of equity that will then be freed up that they can use towards buying down their interest rate or putting a significant amount into savings while putting maybe half of their equity into their new home as well. The small decrease in interest rates at the end of 2023 was a result of the Fed announcement that they plan to decrease interest rates 3 times in 2024. And that's a result of the inflation and unemployment numbers coming close to their target rate. This roughly 2% decrease in interest rates has already made a huge difference when it comes to overall affordability. Here's a chart showing how much of an impact interest rates have on purchasing power. I have clients who were approved for a 7.7% interest rate not too long ago, right around October, and come January of 2024, their rate is now down to 6.35%, which has made a huge impact. They could either purchase a more expensive home and keep the same monthly payment that they were expecting to pay when they had an interest rate of 7.7%, or they could stay at the same price point that they were initially looking at, but save hundreds of dollars a month off of their mortgage payment. For my clients who feel that interest rates in the 6% range is still just a little too high for them, new construction is perfect because most builders are offering interest rate incentives or some type of credit that they can then apply towards buying down your interest rate or just applying towards your overall closing costs. The business of building homes is very simple. If they don't sell the homes, then they don't make any money, which is why they're so negotiable when it comes to offering lower interest rates or tons of buyer initiatives to get new buyers in the door of their community. Just a quick note, if you're considering buying a new construction home, please do not contact the builder or go to one of these communities by yourself without a realtor the first time. If you show up without a realtor, they consider you to be unrepresented, and whether you commit to buy a home that first day that you go or 3, 6, 9, 12 months later, now that you're in their system, if you ever buy a home at that community, they will not let you be represented because you initially showed up or you initially contacted them as an individual without physically having your realtor with you. Buying a home without a real estate agent working for your best interest is like representing yourself in court. If you happen to see a community that you're interested in, please don't hesitate to reach out. I would be happy to contact the builder and get the ball rolling for us. As the interest rate is supposed to decline over the year, builders will start to remove some of these interest rate incentives because as the interest rates go down, more and more buyers will come back into the market, which means that they won't really need to provide these incentives because more and more buyers will be entering the market. If you're planning to buy a home in Pennsylvania this year, I would recommend doing so sooner rather than later so you can capitalize on those incentives. Some buyers don't initially consider new construction because they might not have 6 to 12 months to wait and stay in their current state or their current town until they can move to Pennsylvania while their home is being built. But a lot of buyers forget that new construction communities also have quick delivery homes as well. And the category under quick delivery could mean that the home is already done and you could be settled in 30 days, or it could mean that there's still a couple of small finishes that you could still pick out. So the home could be done in 30, 60, or 90 days, depending on what your timeline is. Please do not completely discount new construction homes because whether you can move in a year or you need to be here in a month, you could still consider new construction. While we do know that interest rates will decline in 2024, no one has any idea how much they will decline. Tons of people and tons of economists have projected what they think rates will come down to, but of course, at the end of the day, no one truly ever knows. As more news outlets push the good news about interest rates, that will create more and more people jumping back into the market to find their new home, which will create more demand for the homes that are available. So if you're sitting on the sideline waiting for rates to decline, but you know that you both personally and financially can make the move now, I would highly recommend to consider making the move now. Reach out to me. I would be happy to go over a timeline with you and create a plan for buying a home in the Philadelphia metro area here in 2024. If you're planning to make the move to Pennsylvania this year, I would love to be your real estate agent. All of my contact information is down below. Until then, I will see you over on this next video where we talk about the things that you need to know before making the move here to PA.